That's not good. That was not good. Hey, Demon, what's up, man? You ready to get some trout? Give me a second. Just drop my glasses in the water, which is not very good. It's definitely good, my friend. Let me wipe them down real quick. Ah, sucks. So we definitely have some trout around us. I think we should be able to land some fish. You boys ready to get some trout in? Hey, how you doing? Sorry, I just grabbed my. That really sucks. Well, it is what it is, right? All right, let me put them away. Hold on. I'm actually gonna take my front pack off. Well, no, I probably shouldn't do it. So yeah, I see a bunch of trout here. They just put them in today, and we're gonna get some fishing going. How you doing, Drac? We're gonna get us some trout. I see boys catching them around me. I don't think we're gonna be any different from them. Let's see. Let me just put away my stuff because I kind of rushed to start the stream. Give me a second. Gotta hide my glasses. I just dropped my glasses in the water. Hopefully my karma changes today. Let's. So real quick, I see trout in the water. I got my handy dandy net ready, and we're just fishing with a Daiwa Presso. I might not be able to respond to the chat right away because I gotta lock in, like my son says. I want to get these trout out. So late? No, not really. Like 11:50. I was running around. My kid forgot his lunch bag at home, so I had to. Or actually, he didn't forget his lunch bag at home. He lost it somewhere, so I had to make him a new lunch and bring it to school. Oh, I see a rainbow right there. I wish you guys could see it. Hold on, boys. I think we're gonna be on fish today. I see a nice juicy rainbow trout right there. Did your new rod come in yet, Demon? That's a long rod you got. That's a pretty. You should be good to go with that one. All right, let's get on fish. They just put them in, so I don't know how aggressive these guys are going to be. I'm not using power bait. I think that's what everybody's going to be using today. I don't see them in the water yet. So you're going to get your new rod Thursday? Thanks for the likes, guys. I see a rainbow sitting right there. The problem is, I've seen a couple of his friends around too. He's sitting right there. I don't know if you can, but there's a fish like right there. I mean, they just put them in probably, I don't know, a couple hours ago. Yeah, it just swam right past his face, and he was just looking at it. So yeah, might not be having luck. I don't really like to use power bait, but I think that's basically kind of similar to what they feed him. But maybe I might have to, right? Yeah, I just swam right past him. I mean, there's been a lot of guys fishing here today. We're kind of late to the show, so. But that's kind of how it is. Let's keep trying our luck. They just put them in the water this morning, I think. Unless they were coming around yesterday. I'm wondering if I should go to a different location. Hey, what's going on, DCP? Yeah, there's a bunch of dudes here though. Like I think down the stream, there's about I don't know, there's about 5, 6 guys fishing, and I saw a guy walking out with a 4 pounder. So somebody got the big one today. So yeah, these fish are already pretty pressured. I think I'll have good luck coming here tomorrow morning, but you never know. We might still get some. All right. So far, the only damage is I dropped my glasses in the water, but that's about it. I really don't want to use power bait. I did bring a couple of hooks with me. But there's a fish sitting right there, and the gulp minnow is not working on that fish. I guess we can try a rooster tail. Yeah, DCP should get out and do some trout fishing this weekend. All right, Lisa. Yeah, bass is cool. We like bass. All fishing is all good, right? Yeah, this is tough. This reminds me of the spring where I had to go and get mealworms to catch trout, which I usually don't like to do, but these guys were just put in today, so maybe they're so used to feeding on meals. They never, like, there's a rainbow sitting right there, and he just does not care about anything I throw. I have another rod with me. I was thinking maybe setting it up with I'm basically just putting this bait right in front of his face. He don't care. He doesn't move. Oh, that's. All right, should we use power bait? I don't know. I think that's what the guys are using to catch them. I really don't want to use power bait though. I don't have flies. I do have a trout magnet, I think. But no, these guys are just like, if they're not interested in gulp minnow, these are pretty big trout too. Let me go over real quick and cast on a different spot. Hang in there. I don't want to be on top of this other guy. I don't have my net on me right now, so hopefully I don't get a big one. Give me a sec. Do I see them in the water? No. Oh no, I see one right there. If you guys want to see a rainbow trout, hold on, let me show them to you. Hold on. Hold on, let me show you the fish. You see that fish right there? That's the fish. That's about a 2-pounder. You see this guy right there, right? The question is, how can we get him in the boat? Hold on, let me see if we can interest him. And if anything. Now I just got here. I saw a guy walking out with a 4-pounder. I saw a guy walking out with a big one, 4-pounder.
Yeah, he broke his rod.
Oh, okay.
Down on the left side of the bridge down there. He didn't have a net. He had his rod straight up. And I look over and I hear it pop. Broke my line. Broke my rod.
Yeah. Now at least you got the fishing, right? There's a couple of them sitting here. I'm gonna move up. That's pretty cool. The guy broke his rod catching a big one. Oh man. Yeah, first day of the trout stocking. Fishing's a little tough. I'm guessing he caught it on a power bait.
What?
The 4-pounders.
No. He was using a spinner of some sort.
Yeah, I had good luck with minnows in the last fall, so I'm using gulp minnows.
I haven't seen anybody catch anything on a power bait. Usually that's where you sit in a lake and wait.
Yeah, I can't fish with them, but I see people fishing with them all the time in Huckleberry Park.
Yeah, if you're sitting there waiting, you can. I don't like that too much.
No, I have good luck with gulp minnows and spinners or whatever they're called. But there are a couple fish there. Should be able to get them.
Yeah, I'm trying to fish the top end, give you some space.
Yep.
Both kind of go at the same time.
Yeah. But yeah, that guy got lucky that he pulled that trout in with a broken rod.
Yeah, no net. Snapped his rod. He grabbed the front part of the rod. Pulled it in with the line. There's two people.
Nice. Hey, I guess all fishing is good fishing, right? All right, I'm gonna move up. Do you know if they stocked the whole thing or they just stocked this area?
I think they start here.
Yeah.
Too much further up, if you go past the, I don't know, the Far Hills Fairgrounds, that area.
Yeah.
You go up past that. My brother lives up that way. There's not much water.
Yeah. No, I know. I always fish that bridge.
Yeah, I think
But,
that's the highest point
yeah.
to stop.
That's where I usually.
Go down from here.
Do they actually?
Guys down there were saying they stocked at 8:45 or 9:45. 8:45.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never had luck at that bridge where everybody parks. Where the one that you cross over on 202, 206, like where the Verizon building is, like a little one where everybody parks their cars. On the way here, right before the turn. All right, I'm gonna run up the stream and see maybe I'll get my luck, try my luck down there, up there.
I mean, they brought a four-wheeler in here, so they should be able to get up further.
Huh.
I mean, you can see the tracks coming over the bridge. So.
All right, good luck. I'm gonna run up. Yep. I'll just be happy if I even get one bite. I caught a bat.
I got 2 by 2 4, caught one, let it go. They're just kind of doing this, so.
Yeah, it's the first day. That's
They like the taste. They don't really know what's going
you see. That's why I bought a whopper plopper to fish in that little pond. If I get bored. All right, good luck. Oh yeah, that's not working. Hold on. Hold on. Got caught. One sec. The net. Hold on. Put user in timeout. 24 hours. Okay, I just fixed Elisa. Sorry about that. How you doing? Okay, I fixed the chat. I apologize about that. I blocked that person. All right, well, hold on. Wow. Sorry, guys. I apologize for a terrible stream today. No, I don't know why my camera stayed on in large angle. Damn, I apologize about that. I was just talking to a guy next to me fishing. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to walk around a little bit, if that's cool with you. See, I brought my trout net today. It's specifically made out of soft plastic, not to hurt the fish, but I was going to keep my trout today, so I guess it doesn't matter. No, today's the first day of trout stocking in New Jersey. And I showed up thinking there's not going to be many people, because usually the first days are slow. There was about 8 dudes in one spot. It's crazy. Once again, I apologize that I wasn't paying attention to the stream for like 5 minutes. I was talking to another fisherman who was fishing here since the morning just to see what's going on. So they stocked this trout about 3 hours ago. So obviously the fish is still, they put a lot of trout in this year because one of the rivers doesn't have enough water. And I'm assuming they put all that extra fish here. No, to respond to you, I haven't caught anything. Yeah, I did bring some rooster tails. Wow, that person was spamming a lot. What I'm going to want to throw, I want to throw a top water at the same spot we caught it here. And I had a ton of people here today. Today is the first day of the stocking. That's why everybody showed up. That was a lot of people there. I don't mind people. I just we were fishing right next to each other. All right, this is where we caught a bass on top water yesterday. Let me pop over here real quick and just try my luck. And then we'll go back to trout fishing. Yeah, once again, I apologize I couldn't take care of that person spamming in the chat. That was totally my bad. That was a grumpy orca oversight. Thanks for staying in and dealing with it. Can you make money from streaming? Not really. I mean, hey, what's going on, Jack the Pumpkin? I don't know. I'm not monetized on this channel. I guess you can. People probably know more about streaming than I do. I just randomly pressed the button one day and started streaming. So I'm old, but I guess you can, right? Because people that stream, I'm not monetized on YouTube. I just do this for fun for now. I might get monetized if I meet the criteria. This is exactly where we caught a largemouth yesterday on top of water, so I'm just having some fun. There was so many guys trout fishing there that I got anxiety. I had to leave. There was a dude came to my spot, and I was just like, I don't want to make a video of that dude without his permission. But he would be all over the live stream. I think you guys heard me talking to him. Let me see. Today I brought my boots, but I didn't bring my pants, so I'm gonna pull out my pants so I can walk into the water a little bit. Yeah, I don't like when people spam in the chat. If you gotta run, you gotta run. No problem, Tom. I'll be back here fishing if you come back. I'll probably be fishing for the next 2 hours or so at least, if you guys can stomach it. Yeah. So today, like I said, is the first day that they put trout in the water in Jersey, and there's a million people out fishing. I should be getting my braided line for my bait caster either today or tomorrow. So watch out for Grumpy Orca makes a fool out of himself stream when we go bait caster fishing. Sure, Tom, take your time. Demon, what pike fishing this weekend? Do you fish with your like family, or you fish best or with your friends? Yeah, Grumpy Orca gave up on trout fishing. I'll be back though. We're just throwing a whopper plopper on top water right now. How you doing, Crawfish? No luck today. We started the stream with trout fishing, but quickly switched off because there's way too many people fishing today. And now I'm doing a whopper plopper fishing for some bass. Hey, I definitely think I paid the price today for keeping that person spamming the chat. Because oh, I thought I had a fish. That was a piece of branch. Ever since I let that person spam, my viewership went down by I usually get so many more views. I guess YouTube punished me. That's why you always gotta watch your stream. All right, I threw a whopper plopper there, but I'm gonna wait. We're just fishing with a bone collar Chapo by Berkeley. Look how pretty he is. All right, you know what I have? Like I said, I have a little bit of I tried trout fishing with you guys, but there's so many dudes out there. I just gave up. There's way too many people. Like I said, I'm gonna have people in my videos, and it's gonna be weird. I don't want to have people on my stream without their permission. I'd rather not be getting them scared. All right, we're gonna fish with Snooky. Levy, no luck yet. Let's see. Should I add a? Hold on. I wanted to start at one pole. I wanted to do one pole. Hold on. How do I do this? How do I do a poll? Start a poll. Should I go back to trout fishing? All right, that's my first poll. Nice. Drag. So for something like catfishing, I think catfish don't care. If you already, we're gonna fish with Snooky, by the way. I call her Snooky because it's one of those I don't know. It's the same as in length as in width, and I think it's like $1.50 at Walmart. Let's try it. Maybe we'll get a fish on it. If you already have a ton of monoline, thanks for participating in the poll. If you already have a ton of monoline at home and you already paid for it, no reason to spend more money, right? Unless somebody gives it to you as a gift. Because catfish, if you got strong monoline, you'll pull them in, right? It's not like a super sensitive fish like a trout. So my opinion is, if you already have monoline, just stay with mono if you already bought it. If you got some extra money, you want to try out a different rod with braid, the only problem with braid is if it's going to be low poundage braid. Braid has no give. So this is actually a hybrid line between mono and fluorocarbon, And it has a little bit of stretch, but it also has a great feel to it. So if you already have mono, it stretches. Maybe that's a good thing with catfish, because if the catfish does like a head shake or something, and if you're on braid and it's not strong enough, it's definitely going to break you off. Oh God, wow, Grumpy Orca really is having a bad day today. Today is definitely I'm definitely in rare form. It's like nobody in the stream. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Should have been watching my stream when I started. I should have been blabbing with another person that I met. Sorry about that. All right. Give me a second. I gotta fix this rod. You can probably catch a trout on Snooki. We'll try it. We're gonna go back to trout fishing in about, I'd say 10-15 minutes. There's a spot not too far away from here, and there might be a dude or two there. Let me cast a couple more times and I'll take you guys to the spot. All right, so yeah, the public's saying I should go back to trout fishing. Yeah, this thing is like from Walmart. It's great. All right, we're gonna end the poll. Thanks for the participation. All right, so I'll show you what I was trout fishing with. Usually, this is actually what I caught my PB on 2 or 3 years ago. I was just using a gulp minnow. Same thing I used for crappie. Gulp minnow with underspin. So there was a dude that caught a 4-pound trout today at the place where I was fishing at. I saw him walking out with it. He broke his rod in half. He had no net, and he still landed it. So in my book, that's pretty baller. So a dude broke his rod, pulled the trout in somehow. I don't know how he managed to do that with no net. So I guess he had good line on. And I saw him walking out. I talked to the guys that were fishing with him. They're like, yeah, he used some sort of a spinner, pulled it in. That's pretty bossy. That's definitely a boss move. All right, we're gonna fish a little bit here, and then we're gonna keep moving. I'm gonna let it drop to the bottom. 30 votes. I appreciate you guys voting. Thanks. 40-pound mono to a 30-pound leader. Dude, you should be fine, Drac. Yeah, so we're gonna try Snooki. You guys want me to try? If you line, I wouldn't worry about it. You could probably pull a little car with it. So I wouldn't switch to braid. Like let's put it this way: unless you're fishing to impress somebody, what's the point if you're gonna pull the fish in? And plus, you're gonna get that extra stretch, which is good sometimes. I learned that if you have no give in your line and you got a big fish on, it's much easier to break off. Right? Let it drop. There's a ton of bass in this little pond. I don't know why yesterday we caught one here on top water, but still, like, why can't we catch more? Yesterday got one on the second cast. All right. Let me do a couple more casts here, and then we'll go back to trout fishing. Or should we just go now? You know what? Let me take you there now, so we're not wasting time. This way. I just kind of got put off by the whole thing. So many dudes fishing there that Grumpy Orca can be a shy guy. All right, let's go. I'll walk you through nice pretty woods of New Jersey. So I got 3 rods with me. I got the Daiwa Presso. I got my favorite Shakespeare Micro Series. And I just got the top water rod that I've been using yesterday, the Tsunami Airwave. Look how pretty this is. Hey, Void Outdoor. How's it going, Void Outdoors? I think today might be another one of those therapy sessions for worker instead of catching fish. But let's hope for the best. They put the trout in the waters today. Let me see if there's any trout in this river. Don't see any fish here. The water is so low here. It's not even funny. Let's keep walking. Grand York, I take you for a walk. Oh man, I'm on 1 bar of 5G. I don't know if I'm gonna start losing signal, I'm gonna have to go back. Thanks. But it's pretty out here, man. I'm only on 1 bar of 5G. I don't know, is the stream bad? I'm looking, I can see the trout in the water, but I don't see them here. It is pretty though, right? Right now it's manageable. If you guys see the stream losing steam in terms of quality, I'll take you back. We're wandering around behind the Trout National Golf Course. It's a nice park here. Never know. Might stumble into a bunch of Secret Service guys. Thanks. Yeah, but like I said, I showed up. Today's the first day. I figured not a lot of people usually go on the first day. Well, I guess everybody else was thinking like me. I showed up and man, there's a million cars in the parking lot. I haven't seen it like that in many months. Hey, Paul, what's going on? Not much. We're just trying to catch some trout. Yeah, I also had some guys spamming the chat today, and I wasn't paying attention and kind of saw it a little late. Not yet. Didn't catch anything yet, but we're hoping for something. I don't know for what. Let's see. Let's keep walking. All right, I got you. I brought you guys to a decent spot. I just don't know if the trout made it here. They stuck the trout this morning for those just joining. Hopefully no skunk. There's a bit deeper hole here, but I don't know if the fish made it here yet. The fact that nobody's fishing here right now might not be a good thing. Or at least we'll catch a bluegill or something. I do have better signal here now. All right, we're gonna start with resident favorite Snooky. I don't have much hope for it, but it can be a vicious bait. Like I said, I don't know if there's trout here because they basically stuck trout down the river. They probably put about 80 fish in, and they definitely stuck them up the river. The question is, did they meet yet? Yeah, I do have power bait, but I feel like I rarely use them. I use power bait when I fish with my kid. I feel like it's almost a little bit cheating. I was about to bust it out today though. I was looking at about 2-3 rainbows. I actually showed them to the chat, and I was basically swimming a gulp minnow right in front of them, and they were doing nothing. And I talked to some other guys that were fishing there, and they were like, yeah, same issue. They just got stuck this morning 3 hours ago, but one guy did catch a 4-pounder, so maybe I'm off. I don't know if there's trout there. There's a high chance there isn't. I don't see any activity. All right, hold on. Let's throw a gulp minnow in there. You believe in Snooky? Yeah, look, this thing is just as wide lengthwise as it is widthwise. Let's do it one more time. That was a back cast. Oh, let's recast that. Yeah, for some reason, I'm not very good with backhand casting. But I appreciate you guys sticking around. I really screwed up at the beginning of the chat. But Grumpy Orca always get upset at himself. Somebody was spamming the chat while I was talking to another guy fishing, and I wasn't paying attention. And of course, I think YouTube saw that, and like everybody else watching left. Let's see. But at least look how pretty it is here. You can't believe. I don't even believe it's Jersey sometimes. I feel like I'm in either PA or Switzerland. Somebody actually man-made this pool because it used to not be like this. All right. Let's try to catch a maybe a rock bass or a bluegill, and then we'll switch again. We'll walk down. So we didn't get as much rain as we wanted, even though we had a nor'easter hit us for 3 days. It really didn't rain, and DCP kayak fishing won't let me lie. The rivers are still pretty low. I know there's some big sunfish here because I've caught them here before, and I've caught a rock bass here before, but maybe they're not out to play today. Should I switch Snooki with a rooster tail and try it? Let me see. Hey, how you doing, Shay? Let's see. And for those wondering, we're fishing with a Daiwa Presso. Oof, that rod. This rod whips across the whole. It really whips like a belt. Me and my kid caught a giant suckerfish here one time. We thought we were going to go eel fishing here. We tried to do eel fishing, but didn't have any luck with eel, but we caught a humongous suckerfish. And we caught a rock bass here too. We are in New Jersey, Central Jersey, about 45 minutes outside of PA border. I know it doesn't look like Jersey, right? There's no bodies in the water and no pizza, but this is New Jersey. This is Jersey that I love. The only place I like better than this is Sandy Hook Fishing Beach. All right, you know what we're gonna do? Let's put on a rooster tail just for the hell of it. I have it in my pocket. Plus, I can show you guys how I tie it on, and you can either laugh at me or learn something. There you go. Yeah, I'm dragging around this trout net that I brought. I haven't used this thing since the spring, but I feel like this is just gonna be here. Maybe we can hang it up, make it pretty. All right, look at that. No, yes, maybe. Okay. Trout net. This way I don't forget it. Last year I forgot my cheap trout net. All right, so let's switch up Snooki with something else. The good part of Jersey, right? No, we haven't caught anything already. Usually I catch some fish, but today might be disappointing. Today might be a group therapy session for Grumpy Orca. Ooh, look at that wasp. That's a bozo no-no, man. Did you guys know that all the male wasps apparently die at the end of the spring? I mean, at the end of the summer, start of the fall. That's why they get so aggressive. Basically, suicidal dudes. All right, so we're going to take Snooki off. I know some people are going to be disappointed, but Snooki hasn't been performing, to say it lightly. And we're going to switch it up with a good old rooster tail. All right. If you don't know me, say hello to the Mario. All right, where's my rooster tail at? See, I also grabbed some, I also grabbed some Gamakatsu size 8 hooks. You can buy 100 of these for $30 on Amazon directly from Gamakatsu. I highly recommend you do that because that 100 hooks will last you for years, and the prices are only going to go up. All right, say bye to the Mario. We're going to throw on a rooster tail. This rooster tail color has worked for me, whereas the Europeans call it spinner. The only problem with them is once a big fish eats it, they get all bent out of shape. Yeah, sometimes wasps will bite you for no reason. Like I did nothing bad to them, but they like to bite my kids all the time for no reason. They'll just like bite them. So whenever my kids see wasps, all right. So basically, just keep twisting it. I usually put like 6 or 7 twists in. If it's braid, you got to put more twists because braid has a higher friction. I'm using the Uzuri 4-pound line, and then you just kind of see this, and you just kind of go tighten it down, and then you cut off this little end and make sure it drops in the back so you're not polluting. See that little end? You just snap it off. All right. So Snooky got replaced with a rooster tail. Let's tighten it down. All right, and we're using our Legalis, Daiwa Legalis LT1000 with the Shakespeare Marker series for this one. I'm pretty sure there's no trout here because man, some of these dudes know these waters better than me. But maybe we can catch a sunfish or a rock bass. All right, or a leaf. Something at this point, right? The rooster tail is working beautifully in terms of the way that you see it in the water. It's spinning, it's nice. Just doesn't catch anything. You like the Mario stories? Thank you. Hi, Grace. Oh, hold on. I think we had a fish on. I think so. I don't think that was a snag. Let's try it again. But yeah, we're fishing on the Raritan River. I don't know if those from Jersey know it. We're on the North Branch. And the water levels are still extremely low for the time of the year. This is the second year in a row we had very little water. So very little water means very little oxygen. Fish are kind of sleepy. Oh, okay, that was good. This is totally natural for Grumpy Orca to do this at least once or twice in the stream. Trying to go slower. Not even a sunfish. Modified uni knot. I'll try it. I've been using that knot. I've never actually had that knot break on me, the one that I use. But I appreciate it. Let me print screen the screen, and I'll check it out. Improved clinch knot. Yeah, the clinch knot has been my go-to for many years. When I was a kid, all I did was I used to fish a lot when I was very little. Nobody taught me anything. I used to use an overhand knot to tie my line. That's when I lost a lot of fish. And I still find a lot of lures in rivers and lakes that are tied with an overhand knot, just doubled up, which is hilarious. But the way I see it is, it's better to do that than not go fishing, right? So if you're getting out there and tying overhand knots, it's still better than sitting home and staring at the screen. And I'm not a professional fisherman either, so. All right, let's change up our spot. This is getting kind of boring. We can go back to where we were fishing before. There's a bunch of dudes there, though. I don't have anything against dudes. We're just gonna be a little weird. Nobody's catching anything right now. All right, let's take the net. Hold on. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys to death. Now's a good time to take pictures with your family in the fall and drink pumpkin spice lattes, which none of those I'm gonna do. I'm just trying to catch some trout. Huh. I'm trying to figure out which way to go. You know what? Let's keep walking along the river. For those that I probably won't be fishing for the next 5 or 10 minutes. Well, probably 5 minutes. So I don't mind, if you got to filter out of the stream, I appreciate you at least staying with me. But yeah, I'm gonna try to go where people are not present. Hold on 1 second, guys. Got caught on a branch. And I think I'm still gonna have good 5G signal. Maybe we'll see a bear, you never know. There are black bears around here. I almost hit one with my car. I work as like a Uber black driver. Early mornings, they like to run around. Almost nailed a big one with my car in this area. But black bears, they're just like big raccoons. If you don't bother them, they don't bother you. They really want nothing to do with you. Let's see. Look how pretty it is, though. I think I see people in the river fishing, which means that's a good thing. Oh yeah, I see dudes fishing. Nobody knows I'm live streaming, so when I walk up and start talking to myself, people kind of clear out, but not all the time. The trick is not to talk to anybody else but the phone. That clears people up real quick. Like I'm looking at the river here, and there's absolutely no fish in it here. This is a nice spot, but there's no fish. Yeah, I don't see any of them. They're pretty big fish right now. They're at least 2 pounds. The full stocking, they're at least 2 years old, and they put some 3-year-olds in. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I'm talking about putting out a power bait rod. But the problem is, I see, especially as soon as they release them today, like I would be able to see them. I have my polarized glasses on. Here. This is a set of disappointed Mr. Orca. I got my polarized glasses on, and I'm struggling. I don't see any fish. If you don't see any fish, you're not going to catch anything today, because they just got released into the water today. They're just all discombobulated. There's about 15 dudes fishing there. So yeah, let's see. I mean, they're probably chasing after the same fish, so I don't see anything downstream from them. Let's keep walking. If there's fish, I'll see it right away. But I see nothing. The goggles, they do nothing. Yeah, you're probably right about that, Void. That's why I'm telling you, there's like 5 guys standing in the water around the same spot. It's kind of like, it's almost like a comedy show. So, and I'm not judging them. I'm just saying, like, do I want to be the 6th guy there? No, I'm good. So if we don't see any fish, we might have to go back. DCP, do you have a trout rod? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to see if there's any fish over there. Nah. All I keep doing is just snagging my line on these rose bushes. Hold on. Yeah, I don't mind fishing around people, but now that I live stream, not only people think I'm weird, but I'm also like, I don't want to be... and I just snagged myself with a chopper. This stream is getting better and better. If you guys like free entertainment, stick around. Look at this. All right, hold on. Hold on to your hats. At least I didn't lose it, right? Jeez. Hold on. Let me put you on my mount. I got to unsnag my chopper on me. Another problem is I'm dragging around this net. You know, that's where the fish's supposed to go. Hold on. Oh yeah, I snagged myself pretty good. with this chopper. Hold on, guys. Give me a sec. Yeah, but we caught a bass on the top water in live stream yesterday with it. It's a small chopper. It's a 75 millimeter. If you're gonna get a top water, get a smaller one instead of getting huge ones. Probably gonna attract more fish. You have no sound. You have no sound? Oh. All right, let's grab the net. So the dude that pulled in a 4-pounder today had no net with him. He broke the rod and still he reeled the fish in. And here's Grumpy Orca with all his rods, a net, and no fish. And I feel like I was cleaning up the lake yesterday for good karma, and karma never come. I only brought this Rice Krispie bar with me to increase the karma potentials. Like, I don't see any fish in the water here, but we can try. Let's see. Let me see how far those dudes are. Oh yeah, they're close. I mean, it's pretty here. You guys want to fish here? I don't see no fish though. There's so many of them. It's like a conspiracy theory. If I knew there's gonna be so many people here, I'd just go crappie fishing today. They're probably chasing one fish. At least they'll catch something, right? Hold on. Oh, God. Still don't see any trout in the water. Let's try it. I'm using a rooster tail. Nah, we're struggling, guys. Oh. Well, I guess enjoy the scenery. Like, let me show you the situation up the stream. How many people can you count? I bet you there's like 3 trout between 4 or 5 guys. How many people you can count? I can count at least 4. No, hey Tali, how you doing? No, man, I wasn't the only guy that showed up on a trout stocking this morning, lunchtime. There's about 30 different guys, and they're all like the trout is still not spread out, so they're just basically standing on top of it and trying. Like I was looking at the fish in the beginning of the stream. I was next to like 3 fish, and there was absolutely zero action out of those fish. They were like looking at my gulp minnow, and I've seen this before. The only way to get them is you gotta. Oh crap! Hold on to your hats. I see a trout. Grumpy Orca might get lucky. Hold on. Here they come. Oh, here they come. They're coming right next to me. They're coming right here. Look. I don't know if you can see them. Hold on. See the fish? They're right in front of me. There you go. You see them? It's two trout, two sockers. Okay, maybe it's good that we picked this spot. The problem is they don't want to bite the rooster tail. And they're chasing each other right there. You can see the water? All right. Okay, Grumpy Orca is next to fish and nobody's around me. Problem is I don't see them anymore. Where did they go? Oh, they're playing around. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. I just... All right, you know what? Where do they go? They're just playing around with each other. Let me see if I can... At least we saw a fish. I wasn't completely crazy to come here. But they're swimming upstream. That's the problem. Hold on. Let me throw a gulp minnow. The problem is they're swimming upstream. All right, please don't get tangled. Please don't get tangled. It's tangled. Let's see where they went. So that's like the problem with stock trout fishing. They're so, in the first day, you come there, there's a million guys, and it's hard to catch them. Like they're right there right now. Chances of me catching them, who knows? They're playing around in the water. Hold on. Yeah, my gulp was just like, they saw it, they didn't care for it. So I'm basically chasing them up the river. Oh. Hold on, everybody. I cast now. Ugh. Like, I'm swimming this gulp minnow right past them right now. And no action. Hold on. You can see them playing around there. You see that water? That's trout right there. Even this even this blue jay is making fun of me. I'm literally chasing these trout up the stream. Nah, zero. They didn't like the spinner. They didn't like the gulp minnow. You can see them playing around there. You see that? Yeah, power bait for sure is gonna work, but I don't have. I'm like chasing them up the stream. I just left all my stuff. In my experience, yes, power bait works. I just didn't want to be like a power bait noob today. I usually catch them pretty well on gulp minnows, but today's not that day. I do really well with gulp minnows. They're going up the stream, so if I keep walking, we're gonna end up in Trump National. Get shot. Yeah. I mean, I can throw power bait on. Can I throw it on the underspin? Hold on, give me a sec. I just walked away from my rods. I have power bait in my backpack. We're fishing in the Raritan River, for those asking. Muscatine River would be nice. Nah, these trout. There's two trout playing with each other, and they have zero interest in biting anything. And it's so shallow. I'm gonna say we're in about maybe 8-9 inches of water right now, and that's why you can see them jumping and everything. Like, look, this is how much water I'm standing in. You see this? This is what we're trying to fish in today. And there's about 8 dudes up the stream. Grumpy Orca, extra grumpy today. Like right now, I'm swimming right over their heads. And they don't care. All right, let's change up our strategy. I do have power bait. I grabbed it last second. Did I want to use it? No. Hold on. Yeah, the worms would work. You throw pebbles? Then. Well, I could scoop them up with the net, but then this live stream would live forever in my head as I look myself in the mirror. It would also be probably illegal. I'm sure dudes have done that at the Pulaski River salmon fishing. No, it's true. I could probably chase them down and scoop them up with the net. No joke. They were just right in front of us. All right, let's see what I got in my trusty. I brought my medication with me today. This one always puts me in a good mood, but it goes down in the water so deep it will probably, if I catch it off a bass today, it'll probably pick up a tree. All right, so I do have power bait. The problem is I don't know where the fish is now. I'm gonna stick it in my pocket just in case, since I already went through this. I don't know where the fish has gone. So yeah, I'm basically running around Raritan River in 8 inches of water chasing around stock rainbows. I don't know, man. How do you guys feel about that? Give me a sec. And I'm not the only one today. Oh, there's the trout. Hold on. I see them. Let me, here's what I'll do. I'll put my backpack right. I'll take my gulp minnow off. The problem is, I don't have a weightless hook right now. Hey, Bavarian Sky. Wait, Bavarian Sky, you're from Germany, right? I was there. I can't say I was just there. I was there. Let's say I was there. Look, this is, I don't know how old this power bait is either. Like, look, I think you had the same can for the past like 5 years. I like to use those eggs, the green ones with the garlic scent. Oh my God, I feel like such a noob using this. So we're basically chasing down trout right now and throwing in front of them and hoping to take them home. Kind of feels like cheating. Let me see where they are. That's another problem. I don't have a weightless hook. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is kind of silly. But it does have a lot of scent. Couch fishing is the best. No problem. You sit at the couch. I'll go outside. And then we can switch up later, right? Dude, I don't know where the fish is now. He left. He vacationed now. Where did they go? This is silly. I feel like I literally have 3 brain cells doing this. But hey, let's do it for the stream. Like, where's the fish at? I just saw them jumping. Like, where did they go? It's like freaking Finding Waldo. Oh my God. Bust my ass here. I think I'm doing the same activity those 5 dudes are doing up there. The only difference is, see those dudes? They're doing the same thing I'm doing. The only thing is, they're not live streaming. Yeah, this is not good. Where is the fish? Where'd he go? I'm not even gonna cast this out. I have 145 people watching this right now. I feel like I deserve 1.5 people in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, DCP, if you go trout fishing, I'd say wait for a couple of days. People are gonna filter out. It's probably gonna be better fishing anyway. Oh, I see him. Geronimo. Let's go get him. Like it's so funny. Hold on. I basically left my stuff all over the river. I think I see them. Just gonna cast it out and let read the chat. No, they're stocking this week, but they're gonna keep stocking. Thanks, Bavarian Sky. Yeah, I can. I can probably catch you a trout. I'm not sure about catching a trout today, though. Today, I'm gonna say if we come back and there's still a million dudes and poles down to where we started fishing. I mean, basically, put it this way: people probably knew. People have friends that tell them when they're gonna stock. They stocked at 8:45 in the morning. Everybody knew that. Grumpy Orca didn't know that. So all these dudes showed up. When I showed up to the parking lot, there was about 8 cars there on one side, and there's probably another 8 cars on the other side at least. So I'm gonna say there's 16, 17 guys here, all fishing for the same 10 fish. And I saw a guy taking home 3 fish already. So yeah, chances are low, but what else is new, right? I'm looking for the fish. They were just here. I don't know where they went. I wonder if they try to get up upstream. Because if there's no fish, I'm not even casting this out. Sometimes you see the stock trout, if you put it right in front of their face, if it's like a gulp minnow, if it's a rooster tail, whatever you use, you can use a trout magnet, you can use a salmon egg, you can use a mealworm. You put it in front of their face, they will munch on it. But if you don't see the fish, what's the point? You have to see the fish. Like this spring when nothing was working for me, I went to the store and bought a bunch of mealworms. And I put them on the gamakatsu hook. I put a little weight to keep it down. And yeah, I caught my limit that day doing that. Go to the lake and do some crappie fishing. I'd be more happy doing that. I'm gonna throw the power bait out. There's no point. Let's let them eat it down the stream. Let the chat find the fish. Well, you're not gonna find them, bud. But I'll show you how good my polarized glasses work compared to no polarized glasses. You see this? So that's what I have on my face. And I usually can see, you'll see the water is so shallow, you'll see them playing around. Yeah, you see people left the chat because we're not catching any fish. I don't blame them though. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to the lake. Today, Grumpy Orca is gonna assume the defeat of Trout. I'm gonna let Trout have me in the first half. Let me go find my backpack and my net. I just don't see them. I don't want to bore the crap out of you guys. They left. There were two fish playing with each other. They could care less about my gulp minnow or my rooster tail. And they left the chat. That's it. I don't see them anymore. So yeah. Tough day fishing today. I feel like we do have a lot more fun fishing the regular freshwater lakes I go to that I know without anybody around. All right, let's keep moving. So if you stick around for the next 10 minutes or less, we'll be fishing again. But look, look how shallow this is. See this? And it doesn't get any deeper. And that's why we're gonna have a problem catching trout today. There's a funny picture going around with it's actually I think it was taken in Raton River. There's like 6 guys standing next to a school of trout, and the trout is kind of like trapped in a puddle, and they're all trying to catch them, just to highlight how bad trout fishing has been because there's no water. All right, if you're new to the chat, we're just fishing with some ultralight, and we do have a whopper plopper top water. Hold on. Of course, as I'm about to leave, something just jumped in the water. God damn it. Let me walk over there real quick. They did put some big fish in the water today. Some 4-pounders in here. But who knows where they are. Do you guys see anything? I don't know. Oh my God. Hold on. Boys, we on fish. There's about 5 of them right here. Hold up. We ain't going nowhere, baby. There's a bunch of them right here. Hold on. Hold on to your hats. Holy crap. So let me show you the trout. I think you can see them. There's one right here. I don't know if you can see him. Hold on. You see this, man? That's a rainbow right there. There's another one right here. You see this one right here? Look. That's a rainbow trout. All right, this might be us, boys. Let's go after it. There's a bunch of them here. All right, now how are we gonna fish this? I can probably touch it with my tip on my rod. He's right there. You can see him on the stream. It's a little silly, but it's true. Hold on. You know what? We might as well just use power bait, right? All right. Hold on. I mean, I feel like such a noob using power bait, but if we have to. The Gulp minnow just brushed him on his spine. This is how bad this is. He's right there. You can see him. So yeah, they're all on the stream right here. Oh my God, there's so many of them. Hold on. Hold on. I get trout now. Oh, dude, they're just messing with me, dude. Okay, hold on. They were just interested in Gulp minnow. There's 2 of them playing around right there. Oh, this is killing me. You see them? I don't have any flies, but I have a rooster tail. There's 3 fish playing right in front of me. I feel like that guy from the picture. There's like, I could probably just, if I just throw a rock at them, I can probably get one. But I told you guys, there might be Secret Service watching this. Next thing you know, Grumpy Orca in federal prison. All right, hold on. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw power bait out soon, just as a noob. I'm just trying to like. Hold on, wait. Like the guy's right here. He's really right next to me. Look. Hello. You see the Gulp minnow? Look above. There's the trout right there. You see him? Look at the fish. He don't care. All right, let's put power bait on. I actually never fished like this. I'm literally standing next to the trout. He don't care. This is definitely noob fishing. I can't even read the chat now. I'm trying to catch this fish. And there's 2 more right there. Hold on. What about rooster tail? You guys want to try a rooster tail? Let's try that real quick before I put the power bait on. There's 3 fish right there. Let me show them to you. I don't know if you see them. They're right there at the tip of my fishing rod. All right, it's noob fishing with Grumpy Orca today. I wish we had Snooky. Snooky went back in the bag. Oh my God, there's 3 trout right here, right in front of me. This is ridiculous. There's 4. Okay. All right, let's go, boys. We're gonna get that rooster tail 8. Nope. No, zero interest in rooster tail. I'm telling you, if I just throw a rock at them right now, I'll probably get one. This is how pathetic I am with these. Like, they're right here. Oh, 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 hey, how you doing, kid? Okay, we got one, boys. Ooh. Hold on to your hats. Grumpy worker got one. Hold on. Now I'm chasing him like an idiot. Give me a second, boys. Stop. Come back here, dude. Oh, how you doing? Hold on, give me a sec. Hold on, give me a second, guys. All right, we got one, stream. We got one, boys. Grumpy Orca redeemed himself. Oh, nice rainbow. How you doing, kid? All right. Well, no making fun of Orca now. All right, he ate it. We're taking this bad boy home. That's a good 2-pounder. That's a good 2-pounder. That's a nice fish. For those who are new to the stream, this fish just got stocked. Either way, it's going to get fished out. That's why I'm deciding to keep it. I have no problem keeping this fish and eating with my family. It's just a stocker. So don't get upset. Either way, this fish is going to get caught. All right, the shad goes wild. Okay, group therapy for Grumpy Worker went well today. After complaining for about 30 minutes about how terrible the conditions are, I actually managed to land the fish. Okay, kid, I'm sorry I'm gonna have to harvest you, but that's just how it is, man. I would let you go if you were a wild trout, but there's a reason I carry a trout stamp on my license, so I can do this. I apologize. Okay, we got one, boys. How you doing? Okay, all right. That was a rooster tail, so that was pretty good. I redeemed myself. Thanks, Adventures and Stories. I appreciate you. Okay, so we got one trout. That's more than I expected, okay? Now the question is, so this is what I caught him on. Just in case you guys, I usually don't catch trout on rooster tails, but today I did. This is what I got him on. There's 2 more fish over there. But at this point, I'm happy I caught one. I'm gonna just get this rooster tail over here. Oh, he's chasing. He's chasing it. Hold on. Okay, for some reason they woke up. There was just all 3 of them they kind of play around with each other. They're right there, but they were just chasing it, which is cool. Hold on, let me bring it up from a side. Okay, that was unexpected. Today I'm in rare form with this. Three more to go. You believe in me? All right, thanks, man. It is a Grumpy Orca is not a fishing channel. It's more like group therapy session for a guy with no healthcare insurance. That's funny. I can hear that guy jumping in my backpack, but don't get upset at me keeping him because these are just stock trout. If this was a native trout, I actually wouldn't even target a native trout in Jersey because I feel like that's there's so little of them. There's not many of them here, so I still didn't use power bait. But let's see, what time is it now? It's 1:12. I'm on 50% battery. I might throw on a Gamakatsu hook, and I might throw us a power bait if you guys don't mind. Just since we already have the fish. I can't believe I caught a trout. That's pretty good. Oh, he just chased it. Hold on. Hold on. And that was a smaller one. Hold on. He just chased it. I'm just using like a cheaper rooster tail from Walmart, but he did just chase it. I saw him. He's chasing it now. Hold on. He keeps chasing it. We might be in luck here. I know you can't see the fish, but I'll just you're just gonna have to believe me on it. He like swims up to it. Hold on. I'm gonna do a couple more passes, then I'll try to gulp minnow, and then we're gonna switch to power bait. Just for, I know it's a new way to catch trout, but like they chase it, but I don't want to eat it. That's the only thing I don't like. So the fish kind of stays about this far off the rooster tail. I think I actually caught one of the bigger ones. We're about to leave though. Did you remember like we were walking out and I heard a fish splash and we came back and we landed one? That was pretty epic, if I say so myself. Hold on, there probably is a fish in there. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I have a Gamakatsu size 8 hook, and I'm gonna put it on instead of a rooster tail. Or should I put it on? You know what? Let me put it on instead of a jig head. I'm gonna keep the rooster tail since we caught a fish on it. Thanks. Let me see what you wrote. Nice. We're not too far from Peak West. We're in North Branch of Raritan. I'm sure if you know the spot. It's not too far away from Trump National. And you're not the only one that knows the spot. There's so many guys here. It's crazy. Hold on. I see a trout. So they keep chasing the rooster tail, but they don't want to eat it, which is exactly what a guy told me downstream when I was fishing. He's like, they'll look at it, but I guess this one munched it. Still can't believe I caught a trout. That's pretty good. But yeah, if you're in Jersey, definitely get out this weekend. There's always plenty of fish to catch for everybody. I noticed if you go a little faster with the rooster tail, they'll chase it. Let me see if I can show you the fish. I don't know if you can see it, but like I'm right on it right now. You see the fish right in the middle of the screen. Gotcha. You use size 14 Gamakatsu. The 8 is like where I stop, but I'm not a pro fisherman. I'm just a casual, and I'm, like those who watch me know I'm a casual. I do get excited when I catch a fish, but I use the size 8 is pretty good size. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put this rod away for the 5th time. I'm gonna try to swim a gulp. Well, I'm not even gonna use a gulp minnow. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use a diver presso. 1 second, guys. Let me minimize it. Oh yeah, Jersey definitely stopped. Try. Yeah, I'll zoom back out. Better. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, Jersey stopped stocking. I don't know what stuff that is. It don't look too good. Yeah, you're right. Jersey stopped striking. So they used the reasoning that browns were getting sicker compared to rainbows. That rainbows are more hardy, and also browns had some sort of disease they didn't want them spreading, just in case they were infected. They didn't want browns spreading some sort of a. Like I said, I'm just vaguely going from my memory from what I heard people said. All right, my handy dandy Rapala scissors. Okay, it's time for Super Mario. This is Snooky. And this is... And this is a size 8 hook. I buy them 100 so I bought them years ago. Not years, but I think 2 years ago. And I probably still think I have 80 of them left. I bought 100 of them on Amazon for $30. And I catch eel and I catch trout on them. You got to use a small hook for eel because eel are really big. Like they don't have big, especially smaller eel. Size 6 sometimes doesn't work. All right, so I guess we're gonna go with power bait. I think I have power bait enough for like three times. I don't even know how old the container is. Might be older than my kid. I wish I had. We were using power bait eggs with my little one this spring, but I didn't find them when I was leaving. I just used a clinch nut. Pike fishing, Demon. I'm gonna talk to some. So I don't know anything about. So here's what I'll do. I don't know much about pike fishing, but I'm gonna ask some guys around where I know it's in Passaic River, but guys don't like to give out their spots. If I find out a spot, I'm pretty sure I have a rod that I can use for pike fishing. Oh, here we go. Grumpy Orca using power bait. You don't see me do that. But hey, if I catch a fish that my kids are gonna eat, might as well use power bait. I see where the fish are. Should I use a weight on my hook or just throw it like that? Let's just toss it like that. Maybe I have a float too, just in case. But I'm not gonna use. Let's just toss it like that. Not a. I actually don't think on the power bait dough. I have not caught a fish this year. Let me grab a net, just in case we actually catch something on this. Oh my God, huge spider. Hold on. Oh, hold on. He's not doing too well. I might use him as bait. Buddy, hold on. Hold on, Grumpy Orca fighting off a spider. Give me a sec. There's a dude that I can use as bait. Hold on. You think trout will eat a spider? Look at the spider I just caught. Hold on. Giant spider. I'll show him to you. You see this guy? You think we use this as bait? I think so. As long as he doesn't bite me. Here, look at this guy. He's humongous. Ow. Don't want to get bit. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, I just caught the spider. He's definitely Snooki size. We're gonna keep them just in case. Look. Oh, hold on. I think he's still alive. Give me a sec. Let me zoom out. All right. I think he's a candidate for Super Mario. We'll throw him in the Super Mario thing, and we'll use him later. Come here, kid. All right. Grumpy Orca fishing with a native bait. I hope I didn't break any conservation laws by killing a garden spider, but I think I'm fine. All right, I was going to get the net. Jesus Christ, my ADHD, it's really kicking in. I went to get a net and went on a mission to kill a spider. That's how you know you got problems. All right, trout's right there. Oh, really? Hold on. Bavarian Sky. Hold on, guys. I'm right in front of the trout. The problem is the power bait is not sinking. What if I walk a little bit over here? Oh, let me launch it down the stream. Like I see two fish right here, right next to me. I have a little weight I'm going to use for next cast. Now, real deal question. Do you think they'll bite that spider that I just caught? A realistic question. They will? Okay. Let's go get the spider. Oh, wait, look, somebody. That's actually, I didn't notice that. That's actually growing on the side of the river. Isn't that like a pumpkin thing? Isn't this like not a watermelon? What is it called? Oh my God, there's a pumpkin here, dude. Okay, well, I'm gonna take it home because it's Halloween time. Look, we found a goddamn pumpkin on the side of Raritan River. All right, this stream's getting better and better. I'm so glad I stayed here. I might build a house here. Look, I can't make this shit. Sorry, I was just gonna say I can't make this shit up. There's a pumpkin patch on the side of Raritan River. Look, just found a pumpkin, alive. I'm taking that home. That's organic, baby. I just randomly found a pumpkin fishing on the side of Raritan River. I cannot make that up. Look. All right. Now that I found the pumpkin, let's find I have a bit of a weight, itty bitty weight here. You seen that, right? Look what I got here. I got these little weights. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a little weight on my line. I think this is 3/0 split shot. I don't know. In Europe, you're not allowed to use lead anymore, right? In the United States, you can still use lead. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna throw a split shot 6 inches up. I'm gonna take a pumpkin home. Mrs. Orca was gonna be really happy. I'm gonna bring home a trout and a pumpkin. Save me like $7 from those pumpkins they sell at Trader Joe's. All right, I have no time. I'm just gonna use my teeth. Probably get cancer. All right, here we go. I think this is pretty decent. Maybe a little bit higher up. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's see if he'll eat it. Oh, he's right in front of me. Hold on. The trout's right there. There's two of them, a small one and a bigger one. Do I have my net on me? No. Oh, he ate it. He just ate the power bait. I just grabbed it out of his mouth. I don't know what it is about power bait. He just ran right after it and ate it. No joke. So we might have another trout on the line. It's right next to his mouth. You gonna eat it or not? Hold on. I think we're gonna have another trout. Hold on, guys. Because these guys are pretty interested in this. One of them actually ate it. But, hold on. Now I realize why power bait is so good. He just ate it again. See? It's gone. Okay. Now I get it. I guess this way. Yeah, I did. Put trout in the pumpkin, why not? All right, hold on. Let me use the power bait again. Do you guys have power bait in Europe? Oh wait, we're at 103 likes. For those of you fishing with me for the first time, hit that like button or whatever, double tap the screen, whatever that is. I've been promising Demon that I was gonna go trout fishing. I'm still scoping out a spot. I don't know if this is too big of a power bait, but let's try it. There's a trout right there. Should I grab a net? Give me a second, guys. Oh, hold on. There's one right here. For those of you just joining us, I can show you the trouts. Give me a second. There's two fish right in front of me. Give me a sec. I feel like this is a bit cheating, but using the power bait, but they'll eat it. He just swam around it. Give me a second. Not eating now. So if this doesn't work, we're gonna go back to the spider. For those who don't know, we caught a spider during live stream. Give me a second, guys. Let me just. Oh yeah, the power bait just came off. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I see two trout, and I have a spider right here in my Super Mario container. We've been fishing for an hour and 30 minutes so far. All right, give me a second, guys. So we do have a spider. Should I use a lead weight for the spider, or should I just float him? Dude. Oh, crap. Hold on. He escaped. Grumpy Orca on the mission now. Where'd it go? Okay. I think he deserves to live, right? At this point. Well, he did escape. Let's go back to fishing with power bait. Oh, that was mean. He's gonna have a story to tell. You know what? Yep, sorry. I thought I kind of dispatched him last time we caught him. Let's try gulp minnow real quick. Sorry. All right, gulp minnow. This is actually a pretty powerful setup with a gulp minnow 6-inch and a little lead weight. Yeah, I wish I didn't lose that spider, but it is what it is. I guess at the end of the day, spiders are good for the environment. Hold on. You want me to make the bait flat like a spoon? All right, let me try it. Oh, so it has more action? All right, let me try this gulp minnow 2 more times, and then we'll go back to power bait. Let me throw this gulp minnow down the stream a little bit. What happened to the power bait, it might be a little old. When I threw it down the stream, like in that current right there, it, for some reason, it came right off the hook. So yeah, there's 2 trout here. Let's keep trying to get them. Hold on. This guy tried to go in for a strike. Let's try it again. You know what I also have? I'll show it to you guys. You probably know of this company. Hold on. Let me take this off and throw I'm just going to throw a power bait in and just let it sit there. How about that? Make a deal? I'll make a deal with you guys. All right. Let me throw this. Yeah. Let me cast the power bait out and let it sit there. How about that? That's usually how you fish it, right? I told you I'm not a very big power bait fisherman. A big piece, a small piece. Like this. I just don't want it to flow because there is a current right here. So I don't want it to flow down the river. Give me a second, guys. There's 2 fish there, so. Most of my trout I catch mostly on Gulf minnows. Okay, how about this? This is decent. You think this is going to be better than making it into a ball? All right, so the trout are right there. I don't know if you can see them. But I'm just going to put it right next to them and we're going to wait. How about that? Make a deal? This way you guys are happy. Yeet. And I'm going to bring it to their nose. Oh, he just came up to it, looked at it. Hold on. The only problem is the bait is going down the stream. Ugh. Give me a second. I might have to use another split shot. Okay, he's coming up to look at it. Yeah, it's going down the stream. Hold on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get in front of the fish. This way I can hold the line. I feel like this is such a noob fishing way, but it is what it is. You can see the trout jumping. Okay, he's about 10 inches away from the power bait. He's closer. Nah, he just kind of swam past it. So they actively don't want to eat it. All right. Let me see what you guys write in the chat. You know what? Let me move this way. I might not be able to see the fish like this, but I'll have a better spot to cast it. Now the fish is literally right there. So I can float the power bait right in their mouth. Hold on. He ate it. I got him. How you doing? How you doing, kid? Come on over here. Okay, whoever told me to be patient was right. We got him. I didn't take my net with me. I'm just gonna have to like wrestle him in here. Not a big fish, but a nice fish. Good job, guys. This is all you. This is not Grumpy Worker. Whoever told me to do that, you were right. I made it into a spoon. Made it a little spoon. Look, right in the corner of the mouth. All right, that's number 2. Oh, number 2 for you. Good one, too. Here we go. All right. Smaller fish than the first one, but still nice. Look, right in the corner. Right in the corner of the mouth. All right, we're going to keep this one, too. Beautiful fish. For those that are joining the stream, these are just stock Jersey trout. So we're not destroying the native population. These are just stockers. Okay, it's not as big as the first one we caught. first one we caught is quite bigger. You see, this is about I'd say at least 2. I think this is like a pound and a half. No, this fish is probably just a pounder. All right, I'm gonna put them on ice. Okay, that was all stream. That was not Grumpy Orca. I'm telling you now, because Grumpy Orca was not having any patience. Hey, I appreciate it. That was smart. That was smart. I appreciate you, Paul Van Wolford. That was good, man. Grumpy Orca got fish in the cooler. And we're gonna get that pumpkin to take home. I still can't believe I found a pumpkin patch next to a freaking river. All right. So, by the way, all those dudes that were up the stream, there's only one dude left. We got 2 fish in the cooler. We can probably get one more. What I did is instead of staying here on the side, I walked up the stream and basically tossed it right next to the fish. And it was doing the spinning thing. Let me grab my net this time. I didn't have my net last cast. Yep. No, I listen. You know, I'm like a typical guy with ADHD. I'll listen about when you tell me something about 5 times. That's what my grandpa used to tell me. I usually listen on the 5th time. All right. Well, thanks for the likes. I hope I entertain you guys a little bit. So we got 2 trout in the cooler. We're gonna go for one more. I think the limit in Jersey is 4, but I think I'll be happy with 3. I don't want to take away the fish from other people that are fishing, because I know Mike, like usually 3 trout feeds my whole family. And I don't want to also like hog all the fish. Today is the first day of Jersey trout stocking. So we got one on Rooster Tail, the big one, and we got a smaller one on power bait. I don't think I ever caught anything like on this power bait. I do have good luck with those eggs, but props to the guy, Paul Van Wolferen. He told me to make a spoon out of my power bait dough, and he was right, because what happened in the stream when the power bait was out there, I started doing this, and it looked like a spinner, and the fish ate it. That was classy. I've never caught a fish like that. So yeah, when you told me to make a spoon, I was like, all right. But so we're gonna make a spoon again. Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks again, man. All right, so there's still 1 trout left. The last man standing. It's gonna be. This is the final boat. This is the final boss, I think. I said I don't want to keep 4 fish today. I'll be happy with 3. But if I can come home with 2 and a pumpkin, we're still in business, baby. You know, only Grumpy Orca go fishing, come home with a pumpkin. All right, there's 1 fish left. Hold on, I just threw it around my tip. Oh no. Hold on. Oh, he's interested. Hold on. My line wrapped around my tip. What's interesting, as soon as I cast it in there, the other fish left the chat, so maybe they know. There's 1 fish right at that tip right there. I see him. I won't be able to show him to you, but it's a good sized fish. It's a bigger fish that we just caught. All right, hold on. Okay, that's right in front of his mouth. Hold on. I'm gonna try again. It just went right past him. It's kind of hard to cast it. Okay, I'll do it this way. If I just do a little jig and pick up the power bait. Yeah, Chad caught the fish for sure. The Chad definitely caught the fish on this one. If that guy didn't tell me to do that, I wasn't even going to use power bait, but people were like, use power bait. I kind of feel like a total noob when I use power bait. But you know what? Okay, it's right next to the fish right now. I know you're probably just looking at my shoulder, but he's going after it. Hold on. Oh no, they're chasing each other. Hold on. They're right next to me. They're playing around. Hold on. There's two fish right in front of me. They're just chasing each other. They're playing with me now with the power bait. Give me a sec. I wish I didn't lose that spider. That would have been interesting. They probably would definitely eat the spider. Should we try a piece of a pumpkin? Chat catfish. Yeah, I know. I like that. Nice adventures and stories. So you're in Jersey, right? Is that what you're saying? I just hit 2K probably during this fishing stream because I know I was pretty close. I was at like 1973. And the reason I remember is because there's a what is that, a phone code in Jersey in 973. That's Essex County. All right, hold on. So there's two trout hanging out there. I'm trying to kind of like cast it to them. They're right at that ledge. You might actually see it. Let me show it to you. You see that fish right there? Like that's a fish. Hold on, where's my finger at? Hold on, yeah. That's a fish right there at the tip of my finger. You can see him right against the leaves. So I'm trying to cast it to that guy. It's not as easy as it seems, I'll tell you that. There's two fish actually there. You could probably just come over and catch him with a net. That's hold on. They're just kind of. Should we cast it into that stream? I don't want to do that though. There's two trout just sitting there right against those leaves. I'm telling you, if I throw a rock in there, I'll probably get him. Hold on. I'm just gonna let the power bait sit there. Castle left the stream. Oh, you live right next to MetLife? You know where I take my kid there sometimes to that water park. It's that gigantic mall. Sometimes the water park gives out like crazy cheap tickets. Dude, they put so much bleach in there that I felt like I needed a new pair of eyes last time I went there. They put so much bleach into that. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Trying to see if the fish is still there. No, they are. Hold on. I see him. Hold on. He's getting all active on me. Hold on. He doesn't want to eat it. I just put the power bait right in front of his face. Give me a sec. Should I try casting it into that current? Because I'm pretty sure there's a fish in there. What do you guys think? But the problem is I might lose the power bait. Let's try it, just for fun. And I'm gonna stop it and just let it wobble around. Oh, there's another trout right there. Wait a minute. There's like a hole there. There might be more fish there. Hold on. Give me a sec. Grumpy Orc, I have no patience. Let me see. There's a trout right here. Let me show him to you guys. I don't know if you can see him. You see him? You see the tail? Yep. All right. So he's actually making a. So I swam the power bait right in front of that guy, and he actually saw it. And I guess maybe he saw the other fish. I don't know how smart the fish are, but he saw it, and he kind of was like, "Hell no," and just left. Because his buddy just got caught right in front of him on it. Yeah, that's power bait just went right past him. Here's what we're gonna do. Well, I can probably actually just walk up to him and just dangle in front of him. Watch this. This is how silly Grumpy Orca is gonna be. We might as well just look. You see the fish? You see the fish, right? Look. He's right here. Oh no, he left. Okay. Oh, he's coming back. He's right there. Grumpy Orca got you cornered. Get the net. Hold on. Yeah, he's getting nervous. Give me a sec. Yeah. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let me walk down the stream real quick. There is I think there's gonna be fish in that hole right there. There's a hole right there. I bet you there's gonna be fish there. That's a deep hole right there. And we got a net, so we're good, boys. No matter what, I'm coming home with 2 trout and a pumpkin. And Miss Orca is gonna be very happy about that. Dude, that's a deep hole. Hold on. You see this? That is deep. I bet you there's trout in there. I don't see them. Oh, wait, I see one. Hold on. I think there's a trout in there. Give me a sec. That is a pretty deep hole. That's at least like a meter deep. I'm going to say more. Oh, there's definitely a trout there. Hold on, boys. We're going to get one. I see a shadow. Hold on, hold on. I'll get one today. I think I see a shadow in there. Hold on, give me a sec. Oh, we lost the power bait. Hold on. It's a bird, it's a plane. I know. I see shadow. Who knows? Maybe that's Snooky, man. But actually, it's kind of sad. I don't want to make fun of it, but there's at least 2 guys that do fishing YouTube videos out there, and they while making their fishing video on a GoPro, they stumble on a body. I don't know if saying this is gonna be bad for my YouTube algorithm, but yeah, there's 2 videos out there. Like, dude was just fishing, and he's like keeps going through like backwaters of his town in the United States, and stumbles and had to call it in. It's really sad. Okay, let's make a big one. Make a spoon. Dude, there might be a big one in there. I swear. I think I saw a shadow, but I also see things. Ain't gonna be the first time Grumpy Orca seeing things. Hold on. We made a spoon like Paul Vaughn told us to. We're just gonna drop it down. $206 people in the stream. Well, I appreciate you guys. It is definitely a slow day fishing, but at least we got some fish. I think there's a trout in there. Hold on. Super deep spot though. Hmm. Let's cast it again. All right, I'm gonna be patient. I'm like a little kid fishing. Just keep taking it out of the water. I'm gonna be more patient this time. Let's just wait. I read the chat meanwhile. Are you on the couch? No, I'm not sure. We're still fishing for it. Let me move up a little bit. Yeah, look at this place. You can see how dark the water there is. Oh, look, deer. You see deer? Hold on. My ADHD is making the best. You see the deer? I'm not monetized. No, I'm not. Grumpy Orca, he's just happy to be with you guys for now. I'm not a bit. I don't know what to tell you. I think I can apply for monetization at this point, but not everything is about money, man. I had a very cushy job for most of my life, and I rage quit off that job to do more stuff like this. So if I can share this with you, makes me happy. One day I'll probably get monetized. Like, of course I could use some money. I'm just an Uber driver, but I don't know. I'm enjoying this right now. It makes me happy. I also really like being an Uber driver. I know it's looked down upon. I know my kid's not very proud of me, but I enjoy waking up at 3, 4 a.m. and driving people to the airport. It's kind of like an adventure every time. Especially my favorite customers around Bedminster, like where the Trout golf course is, it's always the French people, I gotta tell you. They're the most lively people out there. They're always late. I usually gotta pick them up around 4 a.m. The dude's still in the underwear running around with a suitcase open at 4 a.m. when I have to pick him up. And that's all I'm gonna say. I enjoy those. And then he's like, "Oh, je suis in a hurry. Please get me to the airport." And he's like, "Do 120. I'll give you a big tip." I'm like, "Dude, I'm gonna lose my license if I do that." But yeah, I enjoy that. It's a lot of fun. I don't know how I got sidetracked talking about that, but not everything is about money. I heard. Do you think if I monetize my channel, I'm gonna get less viewers? Hold on, I'm gonna. Yeah, we got 2 trout, Tom. Once I get back, I think I owe it to show it to you. Once I make it back to my spot. I guess I thought there was going to be some trout in here because it's a nice deep hole. Well, we caught 2 rainbows. One of them I completely credit to the chat. And one of them I credit to the rooster tail. But yeah, that was fun. I still can't believe we caught a fish. Oh, hold on. I think there might be fish in there. Not sure yet. I'm gonna toss it into the stream. No pun intended. Thanks, Bavarian Sky. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for helping Grumpy Orca catch some fish today. I appreciate you watching, man. Go have fun. Oh, you like the content? I appreciate it, man. I'm fishing, I do know I talk too much, but I've always been like that. About 20 years ago, when I was in university, I went to the learning center because I couldn't learn anything. And they're like, "Grumpy, bro, you got such bad ADHD, we can probably make a case study out of you." And they're like, "We need to medicate you." And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm good on that. I'll just go fishing." I used to go to Rutgers as a student. Spent 9 years at Rutgers. And ironically enough, now my wife works there. I don't see much fish, even though this would be a great spot to catch them. I'm kind of throwing in the current. All right, let's see. Should we go get that last one? I really want to grab that pumpkin. I'm definitely taking that pumpkin home. And I'll show Tom the fish that we caught, because I think Tom always shows up for me. He's from Ireland. He probably catches more fish than Grumpy Orca, and probably half my age, if not less. I don't see any fish in here, but walking through the stream. Give me a second, guys. Thanks again for hanging out. Got it. All right, let me print screen that. Hold on. Paul, what you're saying is that, let me read it again, because I'm slow. By the line, you roll the bait by the end of the hook. You make it flat, and then two sides, you fold a little inside. Oh, I got it. So make it like in the spoon. I got you. Hold on. Give me a sec. That's smart. Give me a second. I see the two trout that we were chasing before. Okay, let me make it into a spoon. Dude, they're just chasing each other. They're over there playing. You see them? You see the trout? You should be able to see it. You see the two fish right there, right in the center of the screen right now. Two rainbows. And I can probably hit them with a rock. That's how close they are. All right. Bye, Sky. Thanks for stopping by again. All right, let's do what Paul said, because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have that second trout. So he said to make this into a spoon. Hold on. All right. It's a little hard because now power bait is all like, you see what is happening, right? You're saying to do this. I'm trying, man. Hold on. Now I gotta wipe my fingers. Man, there's two trout right there. I'm just looking at them. It drives me crazy. They're right there. Hold on, dude. We should be able to get at least one of them. And then I'll show the fish again to those that just joined. Hold on. I think you actually might be onto something. Hold on. I'm gonna throw it right in front of their face. Are they still there? Oh, they're leaving. They're right here. See, I scared them off a little bit. But they do travel as a pair. It's a little hard. It's a little hard to catch them, but they're... One second, guys. They're kind of spooky. Give me a sec. Should I just sit here with the bait like that? Hold on. There's one fish now. I'm like chasing them like an idiot. We're just gonna let it sit and wait. Maybe one of them is gonna come and eat it. So yeah, they're kind of spooked right now. But they're coming back to where they were. Got it.
My family, my collar, my neck is red.
I don't understand why there's music playing.
I've been working like a dog.
Hold on, give me a second, guys. I don't know what I did.
My collar's blue and my neck is red.
Is there somebody?
Been working like a dog just to keep my family fed. My collar's blue and my neck is red.
What's BGM?
I've been working like a dog just to keep my
Where's this music coming from? Did we get hacked? Does anybody hear this?
I've been working like a dog just to keep my family fed. My collar's blue and my neck is red. I've been working like
Okay, we got one, boys. Hold on. Woo! What the hell is going on? All right. I feel like that one of them pro fishermen, boys. Look at that. I got a third one in the back. How you
been working like a dog just to keep my family fed. My collar's blue and my neck is red.
I got one, boys. How you doing, kid?
Been working like a dog just to keep my family fed. My collar's blue, my neck is red.
Where's the fish? Where's the fish? Grumpy Orca on the fish. Hold on. Where's this music coming from? What the hell? Hold on, boys. Hang in there. Hold on. Yes! How you doing, boy? All right. Número tres. All right. I think this is it. We got 3 trout, and we got a wild pumpkin. Look at this guy. Oh, dude. All right, give me a second, guys. Look at the pumpkin. You see the pumpkin we found on the stream today? All right, hold on. Let me get this guy on tight. Oh, man, Grumpy Orca. Rare form today. Okay, that was number 3. And Grumpy Orca said, I don't know where this music comes from. Hold on one sec. And this is the hook I'm using. Does anybody hear this music? It just keeps saying, my collar is blue and my neck is red. I don't know if I got... Oh, that's right. It's so annoying with the music, but look, I'm just going to talk you through what I caught. Give me a sec. So, I'm going to give this one to Paul again. He told me to make a spoon out of power bait. This guy even bent my hook a little bit. All right, so here it is. All right. And I'm going to take 3 trout home. I'm going to take that pumpkin home. I appreciate you guys. Okay. I'm rare form today. Rare form for Orca. We did start off slow with me complaining the whole time. These are all the fish we caught today during stream. I think this is actually the biggest one we caught today. All right. I don't know how I opened up the stream. Yeah, so I'm going to put this guy in the bag and put him in the cooler. But yeah, I don't want to keep him out for too long. But nice fish. If it wasn't for you guys, I'd probably not catch any of these. We're about to walk out of this spot. And while I have you in the stream, we're going to harvest that pumpkin. I'm taking it home to the family. I still have no idea how I just found a random pumpkin growing in I don't know how to stop that music from playing, but I'm gonna harvest this bad boy. I don't think it belongs to anybody. All right, and we got a pumpkin in the stream. How you doing today? Halloween's coming up. Look at that. I cannot make this up. I will improve the spoon. Give me a sec. You guys still hear that music, right? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna call it a day with a stream. But yeah, we got a pumpkin. We got 3 rainbows. I can't stop this music from playing. I'm gonna. I don't know how that happened, but I didn't do it on purpose. What I'm gonna do is I can stop the stream. Yeah, I know. There's a whole like a pumpkin patch here. It's all gonna die, obviously, but I'm gonna take that thing home. I'm gonna turn this off because it's super annoying. I'm gonna charge my battery a little bit. If you guys want to join me for like 20 minutes of fishing after this for top water, I'll do it. I just want to appreciate everybody. My hat's off to you. If it wasn't for you guys, I'd probably have no trout. You kept me together and you gave me some good advice. Paul, I appreciate you, man. Hats off to you, buddy. I'm gonna run. I'll be back on the stream maybe in like next 5-10 minutes. All right. Take it easy. I appreciate it.